Hey guys, what's going on? Massive Pete's checking in. Universal Audio is back, or are they back? What's going on? So this is going to be a quick and dirty video on Universal Audio. If you follow my channel, you might be aware that I quit Universal Audio after several years, and not because I didn't like the quality of the plugins. It was simply because I was a little bit tired of that ecosystem that just didn't work for me anymore, and just being locked in with my Apollo, seeing user interfaces that weren't resizable, extremely inflated plugin prices, no innovation, no nativeness. So you had to have the processing power of those interfaces, and that is done. That was done, and now I'm seeing a lot of ads. I'm seeing a lot of prices coming down, and I'm seeing a lot of native talk, native, where certain plugins even just are only released native. Now let me make the difference between Spark and native. Spark is a yearly subscription, and you can do that, and then you get Apollo and native plugins and all of that, whatever they release, either native or in with the Apollo interfaces, you get all of that. Another way is to just buy specific plugins, and you can buy certain plugins, you can only buy them native, and certain plugins you can only buy them for Apollo, so UAD2, and certain plugins you can buy them in both formats. And so a lot of people are complaining. When I read the comments online, it's hilarious. One side goes like,
"You are abandoning loyal UAD customers. I invested thousands and thousands of dollars into my UAD Apollos and satellites only for you to no longer support me."
Okay, to that, fair point. Lots of people invested a lot of money, but what they forget is that you can run those things side by side. So there's a plugin that runs on Apollo, and if there's another plugin that gets released in native, you're still getting that. You still have access to that. You just run it through your computer. Universal Audio's response to that is like super CPU intensive plugins, like this guy here, that just doesn't run with Apollo and probably need several cores to do it. And if they would release it, then the people with the single core or dual core would say like,
"It's not running on mine, what are you doing? I need to accuse you, I'm gonna threaten you."
So all of these complaint wars. Other plugins are still running on both platforms. For example, the Manly, the 1176s, the Distressor, and they now have come to the native platform. So now people who got out of Universal Audio with the Apollo are now able to buy those again. And so funny story is that I had also thousands and thousands, I gotta do the voice, I also had thousands and thousands of dollars in plugins sunk into Universal Audio. But anyway, so I sunk a couple of thousand bucks, and I got all my money back. I bought them on a slight discount, like 50% off or something. So instead of $250 for $125 or $100 or something like that, and I got my money back, which was incredible, you could not do this today, because now plugins get discounted further and further, even with Universal Audio. So let's talk about this really quick. I saw a deal where it was 33 or 44 plugins for $299. I still get the $99 for 2 plugins, $50 a plugin. Which plugin would you choose? Here's my recommendation. Go for the Sound City Studios. That is quite special. Quick look. Alright, so let's look at the close mic. We got some chamber here as well. I'm going to disable that. So if I disable the entire plugin, without. There's already some room tone there. So 1. I'll just listen to room 1. Together. Very nice. Now let's check out room 2. Further away. I'm gonna stick with the KM84. Very nice. Bring that up a bit. Let's bring the chamber back in. Clean up the low end a little bit. We're gonna do that at the very end. There we go. That is a really nice plugin. Another plugin that I got for free from Universal Audio is the LA2A, but only one version of it. It's probably worth it. And then the UAD Hitsville Reverb Chambers. We're gonna take a quickie look. This is not how I set up a session normally, but it's for demoing things, you know, just put everything on insert. So let's do the Hitsville. It's gonna inject the whole different world. Yeah, sounds like an attic. Now let's check out the mastering compressor. Oh yeah, instantly the music is just more together. It just sounds more like a record than just a bunch of samples and me playing the bass cobbled together, which is exactly what this is, nothing more. Damn, this is going to be hard to choose just two plugins. I would say, yeah, I would want that compressor. It's really nice. But I would probably have to choose Hitsville and Sound City Studios. Yeah, those are my 2 recommendations. Probably followed by, if you go to the chunky guitar here. Oh, that 1176, how nice it is. On a note, so there are a lot of 1176 emulations out there that are quite good. Waves, then there's what's the pink one from Plugin Alliance, that's pretty good. And for LA2As, there's Opal, which they went ahead and sampled, I keep saying sampled, emulated a ton of different versions that they found in different studios with different behaviors, with more functionality as well. But I must say, the first plugin, LA2A plugin, that really impressed me was the Apollo version, which is 3 versions of this by Universal Audio, and it was an instant love affair. I just liked it right away, what it did to the sound. Very close, very close. And keep in mind, when these comparisons are being done, to Opal's point, none of the units that you find in studios, where they have been in a studio for 3 years, 5 years, 20 years, are going to sound exactly the same. Maybe they sound the same when they leave the factory, which is Universal Audio by now. So Telectronics is owned by Universal Audio, so keep that in mind. They're actually making hardware. This is not just some self-proclaimed plugin company that wings it. No, it's a real big, solid company making things. I think for me, I may return back to Universal Audio in a very limited capacity, sort of cherry picking, but then again, right, that's how they get you and make you buy more, and we're hooked again. So choose your plugins wisely. You can always test them, see if they work for you. Just because 100 people say that the plugin is great doesn't mean you need to absolutely have it. Examine what you already have. Nobody wants to be a plugin collector, but everybody is a plugin collector these days. All right, guys, that's about it. Massive Beats out.